Hi everyone, welcome to Fires and Chemistry. Today's topic on also coordination compound. In previous lectures or previous videos, we see there lots of concept on coordination compound. So here today we are going to see types of hybridization and geometry of coordination compound. How the hybridization is responsible for the geometry of coordination compound. So if you want to see the lectures related to coordination compound, go on the channel and see all of the lectures of coordination compound. So today we can see or start the topic, that is types of hybridization and geometry of coordination compound. This is very important topic for your exam. So geometry or geometrical shape of complex depends on hybridization of coordination compound or hybridization of metal or central ion. So here we see the table, which is also important. So the table is about types of hybridization, how they decide geometry of compound. So here first we all know that there are three hybridization, sp, sp2 and sp3. Again, depending upon the involving the orbitals of ligands, there are again four hybridization, that is dsp2, dsp3, d2sp3 and d3sp3. Here we see how they are related to the geometry. First is the sp hybridization. The geometry of compound is linear. Geometry of compound is linear. Again, sp2 hybridization, the geometry of compound is triangular, that is geometrical shape is triangular. Again, sp3 hybridization, there is tetrahedral. Geometrical shape is tetrahedral. dsp2 square planar, dsp2 square planar, dsp3 that is trigonal bipyramidal. Geometrical shape is trigonal bipyramidal. Again, d2sp3, the shape is shape of the compound is octahedral. Again, d3sp3, the shape of compound is pentagonal bipyramidal. These all are the most important for your exam point of view, because there are the 4 mark and 2 mark question on the geometry of compound, or they ask for your exam 2 mark questions or 4 mark questions, and they ask to find the geometry of compound. So here we see one of the examples, that is NiCO4, that is nickel tetracarbonyl. Here structure of tetracarbonyl, how we can calculate, or how can we assign, or how can we predict the structure of nickel tetracarbonyl. Here nickel is the 3d series element. Ground state electronic configuration is 3d8 4s2. We all know that D has 5 orbital and the capacity of electron for fulfilling there is 10. So D8 electrons are the, how we can fulfill 1 electron, 1 electron, 1 electron, 1 electron and 1 electron. There are 5 electrons. Again we fill one electron, one electron, one electron, that is 3d8, and the remaining electrons we can fill in the 4s2, that is in s orbital there are the 2 electrons. When the ligand is attached to the metal ion, the formation of coordination compound is So here how the geometry of this compound we can assign from the number of electrons distributed in the d orbital and s orbital or d orbital. Here we see that there are 3d10 electron, that is this 4s2 electron are again pair up in the d orbital. So again we see here that the geometry is sp3, that is the electrons are pair up and the 8 electrons from ligand, that is CO is 2 electron donor ligand. One CO gives 2 electron, and when we multiplied by 4, that is here 4 CO, so 4 CO gives 8 electron. Therefore this 8 electron and this 10 electron, overall the compound is become 80 electron. So this is very stable compound, and this is the coordination compound also. So the hybridization here is sp3. And the geometry is the tetrahedral, because geometry is the tetrahedral. The central metal ion is nickel, which has electronic configuration 3d8, 4s2, there are 10 electrons, and here we see nickel, which is coordinately bonded with 4 ligand, that is 4 CO ligand, So the overall geometry of compound is tetrahedral. So that way we can assign the geometry of coordination compound from the types of hybridization, and this is very easy to assign or to predict the geometry of coordination compound. Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe our channel for more videos on chemistry. Thank you.